That would be bad. That would be bad.
Hi guys, welcome to the stream. I'm Ryan.
And I'm Wyatt.
We're going to be opening up a new Magic product for you guys today that releases tomorrow. It's the new Duel deck. Welcome to the stream. I'm Ryan.
And I'm Wyatt.
We're going to be opening up a new Magic product for you guys today that releases tomorrow. It's the new Duel deck. Welcome to the stream. I'm Ryan.
Oh God, we've created an endless echo. What have we done, Wyatt?
Rip.
Fixed it.
Hi, I'm Ryan.
Welcome back, Ryan. I'm Wyatt.
We're here to open up the new Duel deck. Mind versus Might. I'm super excited about it. Are you?
You could say I'm mighty excited.
Mighty excited. All right, well, let's get to it. First, I'll show you guys the package. So if you're unfamiliar with the Duel deck release, it's a twice annually released product that's intended for casual players, but occasionally has reprints that are wanted by competitive players. Big for Commander players for sure.
Yeah. Aside from that, also maybe like in this one, because Storm right now getting a little bit popular again in Modern. Desperate Ritual with a new art.
Great new art. I love the new art for the Desperate Ritual.
And Guttural Response. Even though it's not played a lot, but Guttural Response has a new art as well.
It's probably the best new art. All right, well, let's stop talking about it. Let's show these people. Boxes. They are my foe.
And Shivan Meteor.
Cool.
If Daniel's out there.
Oh, yeah. That card's crazy. Uh-oh. All right, so cracked in. First thing we saw, what is this?
The quick reference guide.
The quick reference guide. That's for if you have any questions about how to play the deck. So the Jorah of the Get-To deck is a blue-red Storm deck, so it's a little less intuitive than most of the other Duel decks that have been released. So when you open it up, I keep forgetting we have this handy
The overhand.
Yeah. When you open it up, you'll have your two decks, and then your key spells for each deck, and you also get 2 spin down dice. Pretty cute.
Did not know they came with spin down dice.
So what do you want to crack into first, Mind or Might?
You know, I wouldn't mind going with Jorah.
I thought you might say that.
All
right, so Jorah of the Get-To, one of the most popular blue-red commanders for the EDH format. I like the new art. I don't know if I would say that I prefer it, but I really like it.
Yeah, I like it a lot as well. The other thing is, since like M15, when they started doing the new foiling, a lot of the foiling from the sealed product also came out looks really nice compared to the old foiling.
Yeah,
just small things.
It's a pretty nice foil. You see, it has a little bit of a ding on the bottom here. They should probably... I never really understood why these foils were loose on top of the decks instead of in the plastic with the rest of them. Alright, let's dig in. If I can get it open.
I did it.
Alright, first card. Jory N. Rune Diver. Legendary creature Merfolk Wizard. Whenever you cast a second spell each turn, draw a card. So, goes well in the Jorah deck.
Especially if you're trying to cast more than one spell a turn.
Yeah.
Usually.
So what's this one?
Talon Sky Summoner. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, create a 2/2 blue Drake creature token with flying.
So, we've got a Storm deck that so far has 3 creatures in it. 4 Sage-Eye Avens.
Wizards, what were you thinking?
One of my favorite bulk rares from Khans of Tarkir. He was in the cube for a long time, but he just never did anything. So he's a 6-mana 4/5 with prowess. Whenever he attacks, you may return target creature to its owner's. You get to bounce a guy if his power is less than Sage-Eye Avens. Which his power can get pretty high since he starts at 4 and he has prowess.
Deep Sea Kraken, creature number 4.
5,
sorry, I forgot about Jorah.
It's been unleashed. It doesn't say unleash, it says suspend.
It says suspend though. Deep Sea Kraken cannot be blocked, and whenever an opponent casts a spell, if Deep Sea Kraken is suspended, remove a time counter from it.
Oh my. So, he's a frightful. I can't say this one.
Why not?
Because it says right there.
It's unspeakable.
Yeah, it's unspeakable. So Unspeakable is a 9-mana 6/7 flying trampler, and whenever it deals combat damage to a player, you get to return an arcane card from your graveyard to your hand. So if you haven't already killed them, you get to hit them with this 9-mana 6/7 and get a Desperate Ritual back.
Hey.
All right, all the value. I thought this card was for the Storm Mirror.
All right, Quicken. Well, a good one from was M14, I think was
one of those, yeah.
Yeah, next sorcery card you cast from your hand, get me cast it so it had flash. And you draw a card.
I remember it was in Theros RTR standard, and people would quicken Supreme Verdict.
I got Quicken Thoughtseize.
Ugh, gross. Gross. Thoughtseize, draw a card. Mind's Desire, the Storm Enabler that's banned in Legacy. Restricted in Vintage, I think. I could be wrong. Sure.
I don't know. I don't play. I don't play Storm in those.
Yeah, I'm sure somebody who's watching this is calling me out, screaming at their computer and monitor, just going crazy about how wrong I am. But it's 4 and 2 blue. Shuffle your library, then exile the top card of your library. Until end of turn, you may play that card without paying its mana cost. Storm. So, what is the Storm mechanic?
So, I mean, as far as Wizards is concerned, it's one of the most unfair mechanics. But whenever you cast a spell with Storm, you copy it for each spell cast before it this turn as well.
Mm-hmm.
Relevant is any of the things that say counter triggered ability, I do believe, counter Storm as well.
Right.
If I'm right on that.
That is correct, because Storm is a triggered ability that triggers when the card gets put on the stack. Yeah.
Yep.
So Mind's Desire, like if you cast a bunch of spells in a turn, let's say this is the 5th spell that you've cast, then you'll get 4 other copies of Mind Desire, which means you'll get to shuffle and exile the top card of your library 5 times and cast any of those spells for free. So it's a pretty powerful way to end the game. Volcanic Vision.
Alright, Volcanic Vision. Sorcery. Return target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. Volcanic Vision deals damage equal to that card's converted mana cost to each creature your opponents control. Exile Volcanic Vision.
That's so that'll help you get back your rituals and your business spells like Mind's Desire.
It's a little steep of a mana cost, though.
It's a little steep. You'd think by the time you got to 7 mana, you probably just cast Mind's Desire. Yeah. Or Firemind's Foresight is probably also better at the 7 mana slot. So that's a 7 mana instant that lets you search your library for instants with 3 different instants with costs 3, 2, and 1. Pretty good. You see play in Legacy Omnitail.
Okay.
Omnitail sometimes. Beacon of Tomorrow.
One of my favorites. Beacon of Tomorrow's target player takes an extra turn after this one, and then shuffle Beacon of Tomorrow's back into your library.
All right.
I played that in Niv Mizzix.
Oh, yeah, that guy's mean.
The Storm Commander, basically, with experience counters.
So here's a value inclusion, both financially and in terms of actual gameplay. As you're going off, casting all your rituals and your cantrips and such, you can have your young pyromancer on the field, and every time you cast an instant or sorcery, you can put a 1/1 red charm elemental creature token into play. Pretty good. A lot of creatures in the Storm deck.
Nivix Cyclops. Pauper All-Star.
Y'all.
3 mana for a 1/4 with Defender. However, when you cast an instant or sorcery spell, Nivix Cyclops gets +3/+0 until the end of turn, and can attack this turn as though it didn't have Defender.
You know how many, 16/4 Nivix Cyclops I've died to on Magic Online?
A lot.
A lot. More than 7. So Goblin Electromancer is a very powerful card. He's actually played in the modern Storm deck. He's just a bear that lets you cast instants and sorceries for 1 less generic mana. He's pretty powerful when your red rituals that usually cost 1 and a red just cost 1 red, and essentially turns them into red dark rituals. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Oh my
man,
gosh.
we got another.
There's 2. And another young Pyromancer. Why wasn't he hanging out with his brother? It's weird.
Must be an awkward family reunion.
Really?
Spellheart Chimera. Was this from... I remember getting beat down by this card in Theros Standard.
It's one of the Theros.
I think it was Theros.
Yeah.
I remember getting beat down by one of Theros. Flying Trample, Spellheart Chimera's power is equal to the number of instants and sorceries in your graveyard.
Yeah. Oh. I like that card. All right. Nuk Lavi. He's a 4 and 2 red-blue hybrid for a 4/4 creature beast. When he enters the battlefield, you may return a red sorcery from your graveyard to your hand. And then he has 2 enter the battlefield abilities. His second one is when he enters the battlefield, you may return a blue instant from your graveyard to your hand. So he's kind of like a double Eternal Witness for instants and sorceries.
For double the mana.
For 6, but I mean, you got a lot of rituals in this deck. All right, so far we've got 6, 9, 12, 13 creatures, 5 instants or sorceries, and apparently we're on to the islands. So
Worst color.
yeah,
Low tier. We don't need those.
for sure. Okay, we'll just fan out these beautiful islands here. I actually really like this one particularly. Brian Huffman's watching. He's starting to have his tick. Like, all these islands, none of them match. Just gonna lose his mind. It'd be so easy for them to package islands of the same art, but they don't. I don't recognize that mountain. I feel like I haven't seen that one before.
If we could use CCG Pro or whatever and scan it, it would tell us.
Yeah, actually, I don't recognize any of these islands or mountains. It's a little odd that they used old island artwork and possibly new mountain artwork. But I like the mountains, especially the Spire one. It's nice. Hey, look, there's more spells in this deck.
Hey, now we're down to the commons, I think. I think we went from rares backwards. Rare, uncommon, common.
Rare, uncommon, commons, but the commons started with the basics.
Yeah.
Alright.
And ends with the non-basics.
I'm not going to judge.
Alright. Reach through mists.
Draw a card.
Yep. Draw a card. It's an instant arcane.
Yeah, it's arcane, so it has synergy with
The unspeakable.
This is
I got you.
Voldemort.
And we have 3 reach through mists.
Alright, synergy. Synergy right there. Alright, peer through depths. 1 in a blue, instant arcane. Look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal an instant or sorcery from among them. Put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom in any order. We've got 2 of those, so more arcane spells.
Ooh, snap.
Ooh.
Return target creature to its owner's hand. Untap up to 2 lands.
This card was crazy and Pauper with Cloud of Fairies.
I was gonna say that, and Drake was still fine with it.
Oh yeah, Drake was real good. This is one of the few untap lands cards from Pauper that hasn't been banned yet. Cloud of Fairies and Peregrine Drake have both been banned. There's nothing in the format that we know of that can abuse it yet, but this is probably on some sort of Pauper watch list for banning. Sick new art.
I mean, I was disappointed when I bought an Eternal Masters pack, opened a full Peregrine Drake the week after it got banned.
Oh. So here's the new Desperate Ritual, the sweet art.
The Goblin, just riding the molten waterfall.
Yeah, I think it's pretty awesome. He's not Kiki Jiki, but he's probably one of Kiki Jiki's minions.
He's a bro.
Yeah, he's a total Kiki bro. Grape Shot, so we've got a win condition.
Hey, that's not a creature.
Yeah. So Grape Shot's 1 in a red. Grape Shot deals 1 damage to target creature, player, storm. So if you've cast a bunch of spells all in one turn, then you cast the Grape Shot last, and hopefully you've gotten to cast up to or close to 20 spells, and then the Grape Shot just kills your opponent.
Seems doable.
So yeah, it's doable. Rift Bolt.
Rift Bolt,
It's an odd inclusion, but
hey, it's the suspend.
Yeah, it does fit the suspend theme of Jorah of the Get To It, but
maybe it's so you don't need your Grape Shot to be as you don't need to have a storm for your Grape Shot.
True.
Or it gives you free storm that turn.
It does. It's also just a Modern and Legacy played card, and it's good that they reprint them.
It's good that they reprint them. Didn't give it a new art.
Did not give it a new art. That's the promo art, though, right?
Yes.
Yes.
The
that's what I thought.
promo and I think Modern Masters are.
And you get 3. So like if you're working on building Modern Burn or Legacy Burn, then buying this isn't too bad. You get 3 of the Rift Bolts that you need.
Or if you want to play, yeah, that's about it.
So Sift Through Sands. This is a little bit of an odd one.
I love this one.
It's a 1 blue instant arcane. Draw 2 cards, then discard a card. That's pretty normal, but it has more text. If you've cast a spell named Peer Through Depths this turn, you may search your library for a card named The Unspeakable Voldemort and put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle your library. So you can turn this 9 mana guy into a 5 mana guy if you have both these spells and get to cast up on the same turn.
I haven't gotten to do the math yet, but
I mean, you get 2 Peer Through Depths and you get 2 Sift Through Sands. It's doable.
all right.
I don't know how Lavisa beats that. All right, so speaking of win conditions, Empty the Warrens is a pretty good one.
Empty the Warrens, another classic Storm card played in all flavors of Storm, I think.
Yeah, so if you're actually building a Modern Storm, there's quite a few cards in this deck that are played. Empty the Warrens, Desperate Ritual, a Goblin Electromancer.
2 Goblin Electromancers.
2 Goblin Electromancers, yeah. And Grape Shot, of course.
Live Dangerous. You should just play Young Pyromancer. Get all the tokens.
Ooh,
2 Empty the Warrens.
With the...
And for those who don't know, Empty the Warrens creates 2 1/1 Goblin tokens, and then has Storm as well.
Yeah. Temporal Fissure, another card that's banned in Pauper. 4 and a blue, return target permanent to its owner's hand, Storm. So this used to get played in a Cloud of Fairies deck that would use Cloud of Fairies and Snap to untap your bounce lands like Azorius Chancery to net mana, and you use Ghostly Flicker to chain them and do it all. And then you'd cast this at the end of turn and bounce their whole board, including their lands.
Okay.
And then you just go like Muldrift or Cloud of Fairies beat down.
All right.
It was pretty disgusting.
I hadn't hopped into Pauper yet at that time. But
Yeah, this was
I started Pauper right when I picked up Cloud of Fairies whenever I started playing Pauper, and then literally a week later, the ban list came out and it got banned.
I built this deck the week before it got banned.
But it's Pauper, so it's not too bad.
Yeah, it didn't really hurt the bank, but it was literally over 50% of the Magic Online field. It was pretty disgusting. Also, it was not fun to play against. I don't know this card. I don't feel like I have a reason to know this card.
Shivan Meteor. 5 mana for a sorcery that deals 13 damage to target creature, or you can spend 2 for 3 mana.
All right, that's pretty sweet. I like it.
I like doing 13 damage to things.
I want to flash this back with Snapcaster Mage. I want to do 26 damage.
To 1 creature.
Yeah. All right, so we got a little fixing. Swiftwater Cliffs, and then we've got some tokens to go along with Talrend, Young Pyromancer, and Empty the Warrens.
I'm actually completely sold on these because they have regular typical Magic backs instead of the
Yeah,
advertisement backgrounds to them.
That's weird, but I do prefer that. So
Yeah.
I'd actually say this deck, there are some weird choices in it, but I'd say it's probably one of the more powerful dual decks that they've printed straight out of the box.
Yeah, I don't know, a lot of the lists of the other dual decks, but I mean, I know a friend of mine when he started playing, we did the Heroes versus Monsters one, I think, when Theros came out, and it was pretty boring to play.
Yeah, a lot of them are they're kind of generically built. They have some good cards, but some of them are better designed than others. Some of them they really took their time and made them play well together, like a Johnny versus Nicol Bolas back in the day. That one was a super fun one. All right, let's move on to the red deck. I mean the real red deck. This deck just has red cards in it. Lavisa Cold Eyes. 3 red, legendary creature human, 3/3. Each creature that's a barbarian, a warrior, or a berserker gets +2/+2 in haste. Wow.
But she's not a warrior, berserker, or barbarian herself.
Stop pointing out stuff. This card's sweet. It does have great new art.
I'm sorry.
A massacre. It is a mercy we grant them. This way they won't freeze to death. So she's originally from Cold Snap, and you can see like the snowy background. Doesn't look great on the camera, but this card actually is very pretty.
You gonna struggle with that pack? Nope.
Nope. This one was easy. Ooh, I actually like this card a lot, but it's an elf, so I'll let you talk about it.
Hey, all right. Talara's Battalion, creature, elf warrior, trample, cast Talara's Battalion only if you've cast another green spell this turn.
So
For a 2-mana 4/3.
2-mana 4/3 with trample. They probably envision this thing getting played with Metal Sentinel, I would imagine.
That'd be sweet.
So like turn 1 Land War Elf, turn 2 Nettle Sentinel Talara's Battalion. Pretty good.
Or Heritage Druid.
Yeah. Also, it's a warrior, so if Lavisa's out, it's a 6/5.
More
Oh, man.
elves.
More elves. Rada, heir to Keld. Red and a green for a legendary creature elf warrior. It's a 2/2. Whenever Rada, heir to Keld attacks, you may add red to your pool, and also taps for a green.
I actually have him in my cube.
Yeah, she's pretty cool. I like her. There's a lot of different things you can do. So here's one of the first new arts aside from Lavisa from this deck. Zozu the Punisher.
That's also Commander played too.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to take that route when you play Commander.
No. One of my least favorite commanders ever.
Zozu
Ever.
the Punisher.
Yeah.
Legendary creature, Goblin Warrior. So it's going to be a 4/4 if Lavisa's out.
Yeah.
Whenever a land enters the battlefield under any player's control, Zozu the Punisher deals 2 damage to that land's controller.
He's usually played in Commander as like a mono red prison with cards like Blood Moon, Ensnaring Bridge, Trinisphere, like those kinds
Mana
of cards.
Barb.
Yeah, Mana Barbs, Caltrops, like all kinds of crazy stuff. I love the new art though. It's great. Rubble Pelt Raiders. 1 in a triple red-green hybrid. Creature human warrior 3/3, so 5/5 with Lavisa. Whenever Rubble Pelt Raiders attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on it for each attacking creature you control. So it doesn't use the word other, so whenever it attacks, it does give itself a +1/+1 counter, which is pretty sweet. Pretty good with Lavisa because it'll also have haste. So if you turn 3 Lavisa, then turn 4 Rubble Pelt Raiders,
It'll be a 6/6.
it'll be a 6/6 with haste. 4 mana 6/6 with haste is pretty good. I like this card, or its inclusion.
I was going to say, I remember playing around with that card in Theros Ravnica Standard when I played Green-Red Devotion.
Mm-hmm.
And putting, 1 of or 2 of in my deck because, it puts for each attacking creature you control. So, there'd be times where you're just like 2 or 3 Burning Tree Emissaries on turn 2. And then can go turn 3 Rubble Belt Raiders.
Get in there, Elvish Mystics. Put a counter on my Rubble Pelt Raiders. Get in there.
The next card, Kamal Pit Fighter. 6 mana for a 6/1 with haste. Kamal Pit, it is a human barbarian, so we'll end up, if Lavisa's out, it'll be a 8/3. Tap, Kamal Pit Fighter deals 3 damage to target creature or player.
6 mana, 6 powered guy with haste that taps and throws lightning bolts. Per good.
Seems decent.
Yeah, and he's 8 power with Lavisa, so I like it.
You know what though?
Yeah,
Still can't kill the unspeakable.
you're right. Can't kill the unspeakable. How does this deck beat the unspeakable? All right, Call of the Herd, 3 mana sorcery, put a 3/3 elephant into play, flashback for 4. I've heard that this was very heavily played when it was in standard. It was a really powerful card, and I can see where it would be strong in a standard format.
I mean, I wasn't playing standard at the time.
No, neither was I. I think I was in middle school at the time. I'm not sure. I don't remember what set it was from, but it was before the border change, so it's pre-Mirrodin. It's a cool card, and you get 2 of them. Now this is a card that I played with in standard. Increasing Savagery.
Then you can go in the Increasing Savagery because I did not. Again.
2 green sorcery, put 5 +1/+1 counters on target creature. If Increasing Savagery was cast from a graveyard, put 10 +1/+1 counters on that creature. Flashback for 5 and 2. I played this during Scar's Innistrad Standard and Bant Hexproof, where you'd play like Mana Dorks, Geist of Saint Traft, Thrun the Last Troll, and then all the swords and increasing savagery. You also played Invisible Stalker. He's 1 in a blue, unblockable, hexproof, like 1/1.
Okay.
So I only played that deck once, but I think either 3-1 or 4-0'd that FNM, and it was a ton of fun. It's like Invisible Stalk, turn 2 Invisible Stalker, turn 3 because I had a mana dork, increasing savagery, swing for 6. It's unblockable. It's pretty gross. Coat of Arms.
I actually didn't know that was being reprinted here.
Yeah,
Coat
with-
of Arms though.
With the original art.
Yeah, one of my favorite artifacts. Or no, that's not the original art.
Is it not?
Nope.
Okay.
I think the original art had a woman carrying a flag. I could be wrong on that.
Maybe. I don't know.
I can check it on my phone.
I like this art.
Anyway, each creature gets +1/+1 for each other creature on the battlefield that shares at least one creature type with it. So it even gives an example. I think it says Goblin Warriors and Goblin Shamans are on the battlefield. They each get +2/+2.
So if I have 8 1/1 elves in play and I cast Coat of Arms, what's their power and toughness?
They should be 8/8s then.
Oh my. I, like many players, had this first cast against me in Commander. I did not win that game. Out of an elf deck.
I mean, this does seem awkward though, especially against a deck that has Empty the Warrens.
Yeah, I guess the plan is if they get to resolve and empty the warrens, you're not going to win anyway. I guess.
Probably.
Alright. Coat of Arms.
Although, Empty the Warren seems really sweet whenever you get to, like, Mind's Desire, and then it's, like, the last card you flip off of a Mind's Desire.
Man. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Alright, so the Jorah deck had Beacon of Tomorrow. This one has Beacon of Destruction. It's 3 red instant. Beacon of Destruction deals 5 damage to target creature or player. Shuffle Beacon of Destruction to its owner's library. So it has the shuffle effect like the Zenith cards did from Mirrodin Besieged. 5 mana, deal 5 damage. Okay.
At instant speed.
Yeah.
The Skargan Pit Skulk. 1 green for a human warrior. Bloodthirst 1. If an opponent was dealt damage this turn, this creature enters the battlefield with a 1/1 counter on it.
So with Levisa out, he's a 1 mana 3/3 with Bloodthirst 1.
Potentially a 1 mana 4/4.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Creatures with power less than it cannot block.
I think this has new art, but I can't actually picture in my head what the old art looked like.
I have no idea.
But I'm pretty sure that's new art. It is nice. I like it. I think you like this card.
Oh, I like Burning Tree Emissary. Burning Tree Emissary, one of my favorite cards ever. Actually, whenever Ravnica rotated out for Devotion, like, yeah, that awkward period before Fate Reforged came out where Devotion was kind of off the map, and, like, if anything from the deck hurt Red-Green Devotion, in my opinion, it was losing Burning Tree Emissary hurt it the most. So, Burning Tree Emissary, for 2 red-green combination mana, you get a vanilla 2/2, but when it enters the battlefield, you get 1 red and 1 green mana to your mana pool. And that's terrible flavor because you don't get a second one.
Yeah.
Because, you know, what's better than 1 Burning Tree Emissary than casting, like, 3 off of 2 mana?
I remember seeing... I had a friend who played the deck that played these Niblets.
Okay.
And he had a turn 2 where this was during RTR Innistrad Standard. He cast this on turn 2, cast the second one, cast a third one, cast a fourth one.
Okay.
And then his last spell for the turn was Mayor of Averbrook, who gives all humans +1/+1. So they were all 3/3s.
All right.
Swung on the next turn, and then on the next turn his opponent cast Supreme Verdict and 5 for 1 dim. So he lost that game. But
I was going to say, I
you
remember...
do some cool stuff.
I remember one game I played, I mulliganed to 6 and was playing against Boros Burn at Standard, cast 3 Burning Tree Emissaries on turn 2 and proceeded to lose the game because I couldn't draw a single thing after that.
Ugh. Alright, Cruin Striker, 1 in a red, creature human warrior, 2/1. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, Cruin Striker gets +1/+9 and gains trample to end turn. So with the haste ability and the buff from Levisa, and if you had a bunch of Burning Tree Emissaries, not on turn 2, but if you got to cast this later in the game and then cast Burning Tree Emissary into something else,
Yeah.
could get pretty big. I like it. But you do get multiple currents. Hello! What's that?
Hey, we got another one.
All right. It's just like Young
Way to go,
Pyromancer.
Wizards.
Yeah. And another Pit Skulk. Cool.
Ooh, Relentless Hunter. 3 mana, 3/3. And for 3 mana, Relentless Hunter gets +1/+1, gains trample until the end of turn.
Nice. Ambassador Oak, Tree Folk Warrior, 3 and a green for a 3/3. Whenever Ambassador Oak enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 green elf warrior creature token. I like this card a lot. I don't know why. I just think Ambassador Oak is really cool. Sounds cool.
Gets that crew and soccer +2/+L.
Yeah. I don't know if that's Mary or Pippin writing on Treebeard, but I don't know.
You got 2 of them.
Yeah, there's Mary and Pippin. All right. Gorehorn Minotaurs. This is Diamato's favorite card, right?
Diamato's favorite card. Gorehorn Minotaurs for a 4 mana, 3/3, Bloodthirst 2. So, if you're getting in there this turn, he's coming in as at least a 5/5.
And then a 7/7 with Lavisa.
We're really counting on hitting Lavisa with this deck.
I think you should just, if you play these decks versus each other, you should just treat Lavisa and Jorah as commanders.
That's what I was about to say as a commander.
So, Cloud Crown Oak, 2 green, Tree Folk Warrior, 3/4 with Reach. So, with Lavisa, he's pretty cool. I like the art a lot. I like Tree Folks. You get 2 of them. If you need a Cloud Crown Oak for your deck, this deck's a good pickup. Now this is actually one of the cooler cards. Boldwind Intimidator.
Oh,
The first time I read this card, I thought it was a joke. I thought it was from like Unhinged or something. No. So
you can read it then.
5 red, creature, giant warrior, 5/5. Cowards can't block warriors. Red, target creature becomes a coward until end of turn. 2 and a red, target creature becomes a warrior until end of turn. So you get cowards can't block warriors. So I'm going to spend a red. Your creature is a coward. I'm going to spend 3, turn my Lavisa into a warrior so she gets her +2/+2 bump, and now your coward can't block Lavisa. Ha!
Got him.
Ha! Ha! Got him. Mountains. So here's the mountains. They use some of the older mountain art.
I at least recognize these ones.
Yeah,
but they've used those ones a lot.
Yeah, these are ones that they've reprinted a lot. I don't know why the Jorah deck got new art mountains and Lavisa didn't, but okay. And then here's the forest. This is probably my favorite card in Magic.
M13, I think.
Yeah, these are actually really nice. I like these 2 especially, and this one's nice too. It's got some pretty forests.
They're not Arena 2001s, which were from, I think, Cold Snap, I think, or Ice Age were the original arts on those.
Yeah.
Which would make sense, because she's got all the snow, and those ones have all the snow in the background.
Why aren't there snow-covered mountains and forests? She's from Cold Snap.
Like wizards.
All right, that's cool. These are pretty forests. I'm happy. All right, so Firebolt. 1 red. Firebolt deals 2 damage to target creature player. So it's a shock. That's a sorcery, but you get to flash it back for 4 and a red, which
An absurd mana cost.
yeah, I mean, like
It's a bit steep.
it happens. It happens sometimes.
It kills those goblin tokens, though.
All right, you ready to get super hyped? Most hyped card in the set
Guttural response.
with the gorilla. That gorilla is coming at you. You're dead. You can't fight that gorilla. Look at him. Whoa. Back up. Back up. Gorilla's coming at you. And he counters blue spells. Like, he's perfect. Speaking of things that are perfect, Rampant Growth. An oldie but a goodie. Sylvan Might. 1 and a green. Target creature gets +2/+2 and gains trample. Flash it back for 2 and a 2 green. Yeah. It's
Generic pump spell.
Yeah, it's been reprinted quite a few times. Speaking of green cards that have been reprinted a lot.
I was going to say, Harmonize was it Eternal Masters, again in Modern Masters. Probably in the Commander deck.
It was in the original Commander decks for sure, and then it's probably been in some newer ones too.
I was going to say, it's probably got reprinted in one of the newer ones, but
I think it was in the Freya deck, Freya Lease deck at least.
that sounds right.
Yeah.
But harmonized, great green card.
Yep.
Simple, draw 3 cards.
Sees play in Modern Tooth and Nail. I like it. Roar of the Worm. 6 and a green. Create a 6/6 green worm creature token. And in the Spirit of Lingering Souls has a cheaper flashback cost for 3 and a green. So for 11 mana, you get 2 6/6 creatures. So 11 mana, 12 power. This is above curve.
I like the logic here.
Yeah.
Seems better than Lingering Souls.
Yeah. It's way better.
Take
than
note,
Lingering
Death
Souls.
Shadow. You shouldn't be splashing white for Lingering Souls.
Oh.
You should just be playing one more land so that you can cast that Roar of the Worm.
I don't know if it's modern legal, but if it has flashback, it's modern. No, the flashback.
We can
was
look
also-
this up.
Yeah, I can look. It's all right. Beast attack. 2 green. Create a 4/4 beast. Flash it back for 2
Same
triple
cost.
green.
Instant speed.
It is an instant, so it's a worse rate. 10 mana for 8 power.
Toughness.
But it's instant speed, which is pretty strong. I also like the art. I don't really know what the lizard guy on the rock has to do with making 4/4 beasts, but it's kind of cool.
He's sitting on his egg. That's a beast egg.
So here is your 4 of the Khan's tap land, just like the other deck. And then your elephants, your oliphants, your elves, your worms, and your beasts.
But don't we need 2 beast tokens?
Yeah, you're right. We also need 2 worms. What? We got 2 elephants, though. I guess they just want us...
To represent with our dice. But how am I gonna know my life total, Ryan?
I guess you'll have to buy more dice. Buy a bundle. A fat
Actually,
pack.
I think this is Wizard's way. Just buy 2 dual decks. Then you have all the tokens.
Buy 2 dual decks, and
You'll have
then
all the tokens you need.
you'll get. If you buy 2 dual decks, you'll get a playset of Burning Tree Emissary.
True.
Yeah.
Definitely worth it.
All right.
Can't confirm.
So thanks for joining us tonight, guys. This will be on sale tomorrow when we open. These cards will be on sale as singles, so if you don't want to buy the whole deck, if you just want to buy like that guttural response,
I was literally about to say.
we're and anything else in the deck, these will be available as singles tomorrow when we open at 10 o'clock. Thanks for watching. Once again, I'm Ryan.
I'm Wyatt.
And we are streaming from Four Horsemen Comics and Gaming in Morgantown, West Virginia. Make sure to check out our other great locations downtown in Waynesburg, Pennsylvania, and in the Meadowbrook Mall in Clarksburg, West Virginia. Thanks for watching. I'm going to get up and walk over here and click this button.
To stop the streaming.
Stop the